The Chargers. Now, they were 11-6, and they may only go 12-5. They will feel different. Mike McDaniel, probably the best coordinator hire in the sport. They get both offensive tackles back, and both are way above average. Third most cap space. They have drafted well with Jim Harbaugh. Again, they have been a defensive first team that survives offensively, that we're not considering a Super Bowl team. Next year, they'll be an offensive-led team that won't be as good defensively, but you will feel very early in the season, oh, this team could win the Super Bowl. Whether they do or not, they'll have a totally different feel. And finally,
I cannot contain my anticipation. And now finally, he transitions to the next franchise, the Chiefs. However, I do not believe the broader football audience fully grasps the magnitude of what the Los Angeles Chargers are poised to become. Consider the partnership about to unfold, the schematic marriage of Mike Macdonald and Justin Herbert. I am scarcely able to contain my enthusiasm. The potential is bordering on the surreal. This assumes, of course, that the defensive unit does not plummet precipitously in the wake of Jesse Minter's departure. That is the singular caveat. Assuming defensive continuity holds and the franchise manages to assemble even the faintest illusion of functional offensive line play, not historical greatness, not all-pro caliber across all 5 positions, merely a semblance, a whisper, a shadow of professional competency, this team becomes unequivocally lethal. I am indifferent to the identity of their wide receivers. I harbor no concern regarding the specific individuals occupying the backfield. Under those conditions, the Chargers are dangerous. Genuinely, unignorably dangerous. I am convinced the broader football public underestimates the monumental burden Justin Herbert has been compelled to shoulder throughout his professional tenure. There is insufficient appreciation for how preeminent coaching architectures simplify quarterback execution. I will refrain from re-airing the segment, but Greg Cosell and Tom Brady articulated this thesis with surgical precision. Their analysis illuminated how elite coordinators manufacture layups. They expand the quarterback's margin for error. Frequently, observers witness ostensibly exceptional plays and assume any passer could replicate them. This perception is deceptive. The preponderance of that success originates in schematic design, structural integrity, and anticipatory play construction. Those are Greg Cosell's words. Those are Tom Brady's words. Direct your disagreements toward them. This is precisely the infrastructural advantage Justin Herbert has been systematically denied throughout his career. The single exception occurred during his collaboration with Shane Steichen. During that campaign, operating within a makeshift roster assembled from spare components, Herbert amassed 4,300 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, a mere 10 interceptions, and a completion percentage of 66.6. This production materialized while he endured pressure at the second highest frequency in the entire National Football League. Surprise! Surprise! Consequently, the arithmetic becomes elementary. Rectify the offensive line deficiencies. Install a coaching luminary with sophisticated coordinative acumen. The outcome is predetermined. It is wrapped. It is concluded. The sole remaining prerequisite is sustained physical availability. We observe preliminary evidence of this offensive potential prior to the offensive line's systematic disintegration. Even in that incomplete state, compromised by training camp attrition and preseason injuries, we glimpse the offensive identity this organization could eventually personify. Then, the inevitable occurred. As the campaign progressed, Herbert absorbed cumulative punishment from every direction. Legitimate trauma necessitating surgical intervention. The offensive line deteriorated progressively. The rushing attack evaporated. The narrative is extensively documented. Yet even within that compromised context, their offensive output remained objectively impressive. Now, project forward. Organizational health alone generates organic elevation. Offensive line reinforcements generate structural elevation. Herbert, functioning behind a competent protective infrastructure and consequently absorbing reduced physical punishment, experiences individual elevation through diminished attritional degradation. This precedes any discussion of coordinative superiority. And you sincerely maintain this team will not demonstrate measurable improvement? Again, this presupposes defensive stability. Assuming we are not congregating weekly to express bewilderment at a unit hemorrhaging 30-plus points per contest, the conclusion is foreordained. I can already project the seasonal discourse with clairvoyant certainty. The refrain will be omnipresent. Yes, the Chargers are impressive. Yes, Justin Herbert is extraordinary. However, can he achieve postseason success? Nick will inevitably articulate his preference for a Patrick Mahomes playoff visitation to Los Angeles for an encounter with Herbert. I actively yearn for that competitive juxtaposition. And why would that postseason confrontation necessarily transpire in Los Angeles? Because the Chargers will have superior regular season standing. I merely articulate observable reality. Do not direct indignation toward me. I function as a conduit for empirical observation. This franchise requires nothing more than collective physical integrity. That is the exclusive variable. My enthusiasm for this coaching elevation is inexhaustible. The historical precedent is unambiguous. Pair a transcendent coaching intellect with an elite quarterback, and the resultant product consistently manifests as sorcery. Consistently. The surrounding infrastructure need not achieve distinction. It need only attain baseline competency. Competency along the offensive front. Competency within the receiving core. Competency within the ground game. Not greatness, not exceptionalism, not mythological status. Simply competency. Simply individuals capable of executing their assigned responsibilities. Elimination of liabilities. That singular adjustment catalyzes magic. When Justin Herbert emerges as an MVP finalist and the Chargers establish themselves among the conference's preeminent franchises, I aspire to archival consciousness. I will retrieve this recording. I will exhibit the evidence. I will presumably be attired in identical apparel and remark upon its aesthetic refinement. I will articulate, I communicated this projection. What precise formulation did I employ? The inevitable response will characterize me as insufferable and request cessation of triumphalism. My rejoinder will be indifference. I will direct detractors to the comment archive accompanying this content. That repository constitutes the justification for every victory lap I elect to undertake. My affective state is characterized by unbridled enthusiasm. The Chargers stand at the precipice of actualizing the potential that has always resided dormant within this organization and within their franchise quarterback. I await the reflexive response from Chiefs partisans. They will invoke the historical pattern of Chargers organizational disappointment. They will reference the legacy of unfulfilled promise. I am prepared. The anticipatory interval measures approximately 7 months. Commence the chronometric countdown. 7 months until competitive frenzy. These reflections constitute my personal assessment. I am genuinely eager to receive your alternative perspectives. What is your evaluation of the Los Angeles-San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers? I invite you to articulate your positions within the comment infrastructure. I commit to comprehensive review of each submission. Whether your orientation aligns with or diverges from my own, I welcome substantive engagement. Let us deliberate. Let us constructively dispute. Ultimately, let us derive satisfaction from this collective exercise. I also formally request your consideration of channel subscription. We are cooperatively cultivating an exceptional community in this space, and your participatory inclusion would be authentically valued. My aspirational objective is the construction of a collective environment characterized by genuine mutual connection. A community we authentically experience enthusiasm about joining. I am persuaded we are making significant progress toward this objective. Please also consider bestowing affirmative acknowledgement upon this video content, as it materially enhances content visibility and algorithmic discoverability. I express my profound gratitude. I will convene with you in the subsequent installment.